Mr. Achilles. How you guys doing? Hope you're having a great day and a great evening. Whatnot. This is kind of a serious stream. I'm not really alluding to anything or whatnot. And, the most interesting thing, how I think, and, thinking about business, thinking about life, and all this type of stuff, man. Seen a lot of stuff. I didn't, dealing with a few things, not anything personal, but life is crazy. That's all I can say. Life is crazy. Every day is a day of new beginnings and whatnot. But how I'm thinking right now is, man, shoot, I got two bad things happen this week. Two bad things happen this week, I guess, more or less. I'm not going in detail about all that. Nothing crazy involving me, but I know like two people within the last week that died. Yeah, and that's crazy. I know two people to have died within the last week. Just off of some crazy stuff, but I'm not necessarily going in details about all that. I mean, end of the day, life is short. That's all I can say. Let's get started. I guess on the gist of my video or whatnot. I think about business, relationships, I see a lot of stuff like at work, in the world or whatnot, what we out here doing. And just affect social media or just how we consume media, and then the fact that people are, I don't put on an outside show for people, like, at all. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm very straight to the point. I'm very open and honest, whatnot. I don't believe in cutting corners or anything. I believe in being very punctual. And very straight to the point. Like, so let me explain. Like, I used to help kids do homework or whatnot, and this is coming from a place where, in a sense, schools and stuff, they're not doing their job, they're underperforming. People have kids, kids in the dynamic or whatnot. They may have, learning disability or something like that. I got a learning disability, but it ain't stopping me. But that's not the point. I'm gonna get into the gist of it. I'm not trying to dance around the subject matter here or whatnot. I just see a lot of stuff like, people having kids or whatnot, certain stuff don't work out or whatnot, and I disagree with certain sentiments of what people out here talking about. Like, someone has a kid or this, that, and the third, they're looking for a stepdaddy or something like that, or a rich man to be, or a man with a bigger bag, or certain stuff. I disagree with that. If someone doesn't have themselves together, why are they not in therapy? Let's talk about that. And there's a lot of other stuff too. I'm not going to necessarily go in deep dive and divulge. I'm not really talking about anybody. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about in particular. Um, you know what I'm thinking about? I'm not the biggest Kevin Samuels. I was never really a big supporter of his brand. But he did have some points. He did have some points. I think men and women both need to be hit with a reality check, for one. Two, I don't think that a person should disclose how much money they make in a relationship. I just don't think that's unless you're married or something like that, or if things are serious, and even still, then I don't think anybody should have a joint account if they're not married. That's just my personal opinion. Or regarding finances, that shouldn't even be a thing. I keep it, consistent. I'm not about to dance around certain stuff. I just don't do that. But like I'm saying, people have kids and whatnot. Having a kid is probably one of the biggest things that you can do in your life. Or I know people, they have kids for a variety of reasons. It keeps a relationship or whatnot to a certain extent. I watched a movie or someone give advice that people said their relationship or marriage is failing, have a kid that keeps a family together. I disagree with that sentiment, because what you're doing is you're bringing a kid for selfish gain or whatnot to save a failing relationship or failing marriage and whatnot. You're thinking about you. You're not thinking about the child implications. That's just, I ain't dancing around any type of particular situation, a subject, and a person has been married and divorced like a few times. It's not saying they're not a person without faults or whatnot, or you can't take advice, but take what people say with a grain of salt, because that's not a good thing in my opinion. I think in a sense, some people treat marriage like having a boyfriend or girlfriend. Like, imagine someone being married 3 or 4 times or whatnot, and taking advice. Marriage is not something people should just go and get. I hate the fact that I'm getting sniped. Wow, I got shot. I'm not necessarily mad about that, but I'm gonna go back into it and dive deeper. And I guess, like, I was watching this video, and this person is talking about, being single for like 3 years. They had a child or something like that. With with somebody, the person was just not, in a sense, who they thought they were, in a sense. And this was a woman saying, a man, what he relegated her to, disrespected, or, they had a child, this, that, and the third. She has nothing to do with him, in a sense. He pays child support or whatnot, this, that, and the third. He was seeing somebody, or what you call cheating or whatnot. I'm just like, yeah. I feel like, in a sense, man, I don't believe in dancing around subjects, but I think basing a relationship off what you see off TV, or a celebrity relationship, or this, that, and the third, I think sometimes people stop trying to live for, in a sense, what they see on TV or whatnot. TV, media, and certain stuff is not real. So, a lot of stuff is just going in the wind. Like, for instance, what Kevin said was right, in the sense that if a man is making $450,000 a year or whatnot, and again, I definitely believe, in a sense, that a man should not be buying a woman a Birkin bag. Like, I'm not spending $40,000. We're not married. We're not. Who would seriously be going out here and spending, $45,000? You can't just go and buy a Birkin. Like, you actually have to spend money with the doggone brand Hermes. Make a few purchases, and then they decide whether or not they want you to be even allowed to buy a Birkin. The same thing goes with a lot of other stuff. You can't buy it. Like, there's waiting lists for years and years. If you want a certain model of a car, particular thing, car, like, you can't get a LaFerrari. You gotta decide whether or not the caliber, the pedigree, your CV, your resume, if you're classy enough to buy a LaFerrari. You can't sell it for a year. You can't mod a car. You can't do anything like that. But yeah, I definitely don't think that a man should buy a woman a Birkin bag. You're not married. $45,000 on a bag. And relationships so now are so volatile, in a sense. You know, it's absolutely crazy. But also the same thing could be applied for, like, men too. Men and women. To me, it's 50-50. Sometimes women get taken advantage of. No one talks about that per se, but mainly men. Everything, primarily, I'm 50-50. I'm neutral. I say what needs to be said, and get my point across in a way that's probably unique. In a sense, I don't have to get loud. I don't have to go back and forth with people. The thing I'm saying makes perfect sense. Like, I told somebody, I don't really foresee myself really. If someone said within the next 5 years will I have a kid, the answer to the question is still to be determined. I'll probably say no. I say no because it's not even the fact that, the financial responsibility with a kid. It's just that, why would someone want to have a kid at this age? I mean, I'm still a kid in a sense. I'm only 23. I don't want that type of thing where, it's not even more so about the diapers. It's just that, it's not even necessarily a responsibility. It's that I don't want to sit up here and have a child. Like, some people don't have the emotional responsibility, and everybody's not a parent. That's the point I'm trying to get across. Everybody's not a parent. Everybody's not responsible enough to be a parent. I'm gonna leave this game because I can see the dude built. I don't fight done with that. But yeah, I'm gonna get my points across. I'm not dancing around the thing. I'm thinking about the right and the most logical thing to say to get my point across. Like, for me, because I see a lot of kids, you know, where I've been working at the past 2 years, I think there's some kids that realize, in a sense, they didn't ask to be here or whatnot. People got like 6 kids, whatnot. I'm not even thinking about, you know, some people talk about the checks, people having kids, checks. I really think that, in all honesty, sex education is important. Planned Parenthood is important. Also, self-respect is important too. Again, why would someone want to have a kid? In a sense, kids ain't no type of pawn or tool. You know, this is a life. This is something. You know, a lifetime. You can't go back and undo anything or any harm or any type of bad thing that, you know, happens with a kid or something like that. Like, for instance, I see people hit their kids and try to correct certain stuff, and I think some of the stuff is inappropriate in a sense, or acting like the kid is annoying or certain stuff like that. You know, a kid has to be here, you know, trying to make the best of that. I feel like some kids even realize some of the stuff they got going on in a sense, or how jacked up life is, or certain stuff like that. They know it doesn't make any sense. They know the family situation, the home situation. I'm not going to even 100% go into all that, or the family dynamic. It don't make sense. It just don't make sense. My teacher said she don't understand why kids cost so much money. And she said for her to have a kid would be like $3,000 or $5,000 plus, like, you know, the cost of raising a kid. I'm like, I don't know. Having a kid, in my opinion, is not something that I'm going to be doing anytime soon. Well, me and my friends too was talking about how people are talking about OnlyFans. We're talking about OnlyFans or whatnot, and how people are trying to make a living off OnlyFans. I told somebody, your dignity is not worth not for sale. Like people don't respect themselves across the board. Like even if someone's making $1 million a month off OnlyFans or however many dollars they're making, nah, to me that's unacceptable in my opinion. Like let me see who's over here. There's a dude. I don't know where he went to. But back what I'm saying about the OnlyFans situation, a lot of females or a lot of people are talking about OnlyFans is a good check. I don't think OnlyFans is a good check. Like the average person is making money. That's them. That's not. Don't have to be you. But I think the biggest thing is people are trying to make a quick buck, no matter what, at the cost of their dignity or whatnot. You know, I don't really think that type of stuff is cool at all. Like at all. Like, you know, there's so many ways to win, and like, there's also so many ways to give up. Like, I don't know. Like, let me explain. Yeah, people are exposed to, like, I don't know. For instance, health and fitness is kind of a saturated market. Like, I can lose weight, I can gain weight, I can do that. To me, the only thing is mindset. The other thing is, the other side of it is mentality. Like, that's all I think. Or let me also go into something too, like Instagram and people doing OnlyFans. Instagram and people doing OnlyFans, maybe that's pretty bad. Like, I feel bad for the next generation of kids, or we're bringing up, or the people that are already in high school or whatnot, and then they're so influenced about what these people are doing. They think that, you know, OnlyFans or certain stuff, like they idolize these people, trying to talk about OnlyFans or whatnot, or selling themselves into doing provocative work or whatnot. To me, that's, hey, everything at a cost. And then to me, everything at a cost. So, it comes on the internet. What in the world? Get the apples. I'm glad to take the Kamehameha out. But yeah, man. Another thing I would like to say too, the spirit of discernment is not some people's strong suit, and it's not. There's some people are respecter of persons, or they try to be, and it's not. It's not the strong suit. Let me think. Because me, I'm not necessarily, like, I'm not really thinking that deep, because the stuff that I think, I'd back it up with claims. Like, you know, I can show you, in a sense. Dumbass. What? Oh my god, I almost won. What is my Fortnite tracker, but I don't know if that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, man. Like, let's say for instance, if someone had a kid at, like, I don't know, 18 or something like that, or whatnot. 18 is not necessarily the most mature or anything like that. You know, people try to say they're adult, whatnot, they're this, that, and the third. And again, teen pregnancy and sex education is not, it's not where it needs to be. I'll put it that way. There's no way that's true. I not know 8. There's no way that's true. There's no way that's true. Yeah, that's correct. Because the matchmaking can't be that flawed or whatnot, but we'll go back to what I was saying and the premise. Like, if someone's 18, they have a kid, right? They made a mistake or whatnot. You know, they got issues. I seen people, like, I logged out of my main Facebook account because I'm not about to sit up here and relegate to see myself. People bashing their baby mamas, baby daddies on Instagram, Twitter, social media sites. At which point does people take self-responsibility that whenever you have a kid with somebody, or whenever you're doing what you're doing, this is the end result? Not only do you have a child, but this is a lifetime connection with that person. This is a lifetime connection. You know, things may end, you know what I'm saying? People may have 2 birthday parties, which is really toxic, you know, this, that, and the third, child support, this, that, and the third. Like, even right before I got off work, there was this man cussing out whoever he was on the phone with, like, he won't get the respect, you know, I'm a father, I'm doing this. Is like, hey, man, you need to calm down. Like, you mad in the parking lot, you know, you walking, and people got weird walk patterns. That's another thing I need to be mindful about, like how people moving in the parking lot, because people really got some other stuff going on, man. Like, people really got some other stuff going on. Like, I know the guy was pissed off or whatever he got going on, but like, again, I think both men and women have this like self responsibility for their choice and their action. You can't blame anybody for poor decisions. Self accountability. Self accountability. That's across the board. You gotta take self accountability for your success, your failures, and everything in between. Self accountability. Like, for instance, if someone has a kid and they're 18, maybe they're not, like, you don't have to be that mature to have a kid, but in a sense you have to, in a sense, because, again, it's not even more so about the thing. There's a whole nother life. You gotta think about expenses of a kid, daycare, diapers, formula, schooling, pre-K, and you have to care for the kid from K to 18 or whatnot, and that's not even really when the stuff really starts to incur. You gotta pay for the kids, college. They want to go to college, this, that, and the third. It's just a lot. So I think about stuff like that. I think if you're not even responsible in your own life, why do people like your offspring an injustice by adding more irresponsibility? They didn't have to be here, but this is the end product of just not being responsible at the end of the day. Because you don't get one time to be like a parent. Like, if your kid and stuff don't like you or this, that, and the third from stuff that they see you do this, that, and the third, you can't necessarily go and undo that. You can't. Like, and let me go back to saying what I was saying. Like, I saw like a lot of kids, they had parents and whatnot, and they're not facilitating their own kids learning. Like, they're not reading with the kids, they're not doing anything. The kids is getting twos and ones, poor reading, poor grammar. They're not able to put a sentence together or whatnot. Why did this kid get tested for dyslexia? Why did this kid not get tested for dyscalculia or something like that? Why does this stuff keep on going on? Like, it's idiotic. It's just pure idiotic. That's what I saw a lot of. And then, like, my sister used to substitute, and the kids used to tell her that their parents and stuff used to rip up their homework because they didn't understand it. Like, that makes me angry in a sense, to rip up homework. And this is like kindergarten, first grade work we're doing, and you don't understand it, you don't care. Why would you do yourself the service, or like you do yourself a disservice in a sense by, relegating your kid to, not getting them help or whatnot. And you don't care. And you're making their life difficult by not, saying, let me try to at least go understand or get some tutor or ask for some support or go to PTA meetings and be like, let me see what I can do to be a more involved parent. You don't have people like that the majority of the time. You don't. Or two, another thing I don't like is, how social media is too. Like people put cameras and stuff in their kids' face all the time. Like a kid, I told my sister, in all honesty, kids almost, in the way social media is, people post too much of the kids. They almost had the kids, got pictures of the kids doing everything from blowing their nose to going to the bathroom. That's absolutely ridiculous. There's almost no in betweens, pretty much. Yeah. I don't think that social media or whatnot, people having kids, it's just, mm-mm. Dumbass. That right there is terrible. The DMR. But yeah, I think having kids sometimes is not the move. Like, being in a relationship is not a move, but having a byproduct or relationship, having a kid, and then like the family dynamic or whatnot, or nah, I just think it's not the move. But I'm 100% stand by what I'm saying, because what I see is just some crap. I might get on 2K in a minute, but I'm not even sure. My boy not on, and I gotta go to work tomorrow. I should go to sleep. I'm a little bit tired, but we'll see. I wish this game was over. Shit, I might just end stream and get off.